What's going on, everybody? I'm gonna try and get it out of the sun, whatever it is. Okay, I normally, yes, I do vans. However, when I find a cool tiny to tour, I am going to bring it to you guys because, let's face it, the van life progression eventually gets into tiny homes. And I really feel that this gentleman right here, this craftsman, this artist, has built a phenomenal tiny, so we're gonna get into it right now. We're gonna show it off. We're gonna give me a lot of details.
Yeah.
You, your company, what the heck you're doing.
Sure.
Transitioning things. I honestly got to know this guy the last couple days, and he's a phenomenal dude. I can't wait to introduce him to you guys, so let's get this video going. I cannot wait. Here we go! So this is Drew, everybody.
Oh yeah, hey, I'm Drew from jclay.co.
Okay.
And welcome to my tiny house, the Longview.
That's what it's called?
Yeah, it's the Longview. It's kind of, you know, you gotta take the long view on things. It's
Okay.
a quote from one of my favorite movies.
Oh, which one?
I Heart Huckabees.
I Heart Huckabees. Okay,
It's so
all right,
funny.
cool. We're gonna start on the outside, which is unusual for me. I don't normally do that.
Okay.
Can you show me this back deck area?
It folds up seamless and becomes your wall on the interior, and the sides match, so you can't even tell that it's there, and turns the living room into a nice cozy den. But it's a great place to come out and relax and chill, soak up the sun, get some fresh breeze through the house.
I think this is one of the coolest ingenuity designs that I've seen in a tiny.
Thanks, man.
You have this whole back wall that comes down, and it even flips up into an awning.
Yeah, we have an awning that flips out, and the legs actually support the deck. And then I'm a big fan of reclaiming stuff, so I've got some reclaimed wood here from one of my past projects, and that was actually old 100-year-old oak from a barn that was milled down for a restaurant we put in.
So this becomes an accent wall
Yeah.
when you fold it up.
Absolutely.
Size of the trailer, maybe where you got it from, and you know, that kind of stuff.
Sure, it's a 16-foot trailer-made trailer. Pretty happy with this. I was one of their first customers to go with their steel framing system.
Okay.
So I gave them my design, and then they printed out my wall package in steel studs, 20 gauge, all pre-drilled and labeled. So me and a couple buddies screwed the thing together in a weekend.
Seriously?
It went together phenomenally, man.
Holy crap.
So fast.
You got live plants outside.
Yeah.
You're not messing around.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of plants, man. I really, where I want to go in my career is building sustainable homes that mix in food production in a really big way. I love gardening, and I think you could grow quite a bit of food on just a regular house lot. And so this is almost kind of my case study.
That's so cool.
And showing that off. The planter's actually just one screw. It lifts off, hangs like a picture, and you can just store it when you're traveling.
Let's step inside.
Yeah.
That's cool. I've already flashed up a couple of your images of the house, a little bit of B-roll action. Like I've said in my Instagram stories, and I think I even posted a quick little video of yours. These color tones and what you did in here is probably my favorite.
Awesome.
Of all the tinies here at Colorado Tiny Fest. Bathroom is way huge for a 16-foot.
Yeah.
What'd you do to walk me through this?
Yeah, so part of that first is the cantilevers that are kind of hidden, you know, they're not a traditional cantilever. I just rake the sides out.
Okay.
So even though the floor is about a 3 by 3.5 footprint, then the cantilever gives you plenty of elbow room in there. Very spacious shower. I don't feel crowded at all.
Very spacious.
Yeah.
I mean, you could fit two in there. I don't want to get too graphic, but you could fit two in
Yeah,
there.
definitely. And you know, I'm a big fan of go as seamless as possible.
Okay.
So I went with 2 foot by 4 foot tiles there.
Are those tiles?
So yeah, that's just 2 big tiles that I cut down.
Wow.
And that really helps the waterproofing. I went with premium waterproofing before all that, the membrane. And then back in here we have the toilet area, so it's a whole wet room that can get wet. It's pretty nice for cleaning, you know. You can wipe it out and just hose it down the shower drain.
And I know one of your pride and joys is what you did here with this glass.
Yeah.
This is really cool.
Yeah, so this is acrylic that comes in a translucent white. And I started first using this when I was building clothing stores and making, you know, light boxes and whatnot to light up hats and different stuff. And I really liked working with it.
So you're not just some regular Joe Schmo that just walked off the streets and started building tinies. You've been in construction a while.
Yeah, my business has been around for 10 years. I've built several clothing stores, several breweries.
Awesome. Ooh, breweries.
Yeah, and done some large commercial projects. And then I love the cherry blossom design, and I always had this theme of it'd be nice to feel like you're in a cherry blossom forest. So I put the lighting behind this, and then had an artist do this mural.
That's so cool.
Yep.
Like you're showering in the woods.
Yeah, it's
almost
pretty
like
great.
Like you said earlier, like felt like a little Japanese, you know, theme to it, right?
And then the window's great here for ventilation. You know, you take your shower, and since there's no fan, you just open that up, and that's great.
We're gonna walk out here to the kitchen if that's cool. Again, you just planned it all out really perfectly.
Man, the space plan really works well in here.
Yeah.
You know, the sofa where you're sitting over there, where you're at, that's a space where you don't have a lot of high traffic, so you want to throw that out on an end. The bathroom's a spot where you don't have a lot of high traffic, so you want that out on the end. Then the kitchen's kind of the heart of the home, so.
Absolutely, and you spent a lot of time with this. You did a really phenomenal job with it. I asked you when I first met you, do those plants stay or do you take them down every time you move it?
Yeah, so I used to strap them down, and then one time I got lazy and nothing bad happened. So, you know, I'm expecting eventually, you know, you hit a good bump and send one launching. I take my couch cushions when I'm traveling and I just stuff them on the countertop there just to keep from cracking the countertop if something does go wrong.
What else is interesting I found out about your Tiny is this is solar powered.
Yeah, this is totally off grid. It can power everything but a space heater, but water heater, toaster oven, all electric, TV.
That's crazy,
all
man.
The lighting, yeah. So,
good for you.
Yeah.
Because not a lot of Tinies are full off grid.
Yeah, I went for it. I'm like, hey man, if I'm doing this, like, let's go all in. And like, you know, I basically designed the amount of panels for what I could fit on my roof.
Gotcha.
Like, and how do they fit, you know, just nice and even with the spacing, and
wow,
it worked out great. So I got 1,200 watt panels up there.
So you got 1,200 watts up there. Cool. And then you got this skylights. You don't have any windows on this wall at all, but you have two massive skylights that bring in a crap ton of light.
Yeah, and I customized those so they have hinges and they're fully open, which cools the house off instantly. Instead of having a vent hood right over the stove you're cooking, I made some smoke and it just goes right out. You can see it billow out.
That's awesome.
So that works pretty amazing. And it's great too. Like I purposely left out windows on the main level because I didn't want a lot of people looking in the windows when I'm chilling, you know. And also, you need the wall space in a tiny house.
For sure, for sure. Really good fixtures, man. I love it. We don't have to go over too many details with that. I want to talk to you about the ladder getting up into the bed.
Yeah.
And you actually have a second one over here, it looks like.
Yeah.
Is that functional?
It definitely is. That just hangs on the wall like a picture. But then this was my first version, and that I didn't even have planned yet. And I'm like, well, I climb around in construction all the time. I can do this no problem.
Right.
But maybe my mom came over, my girlfriend looked at it, and they're like, well, how do I get up here?
Right.
So, that was a bad impression. Please cut that out. Sorry, ma'am. Sorry, ma'am.
Willie thought out though. There you go. You're gonna you have a handle up at the top for you to easy to grab onto.
Yeah, and I'm not even using that anymore. I figured all in one motion. So just 1 foot here. Boom, you're out.
Boom, you're up and you're in bed. Now I know you made it look like I was gonna say you have a lot of room between bed and ceiling.
Yeah. Back here, I think I have like 3'4" maybe, something like that. But then with the skylight here, that's a 2x8 right there. So that's another 7¼ inches right there. So you have about 4 feet.
Look at you, man.
And then
now, guys, he actually got out there and very impressively did not even put his shoes on the bed. I don't know how you're as old as I am, and I have no idea how you're more limber than me.
Well, I do this every day, man.
Little cubby holes for end tables for the bed or whatever it is.
Yeah,
really nice touches.
Again, really old reclaimed wood for my jobs. Those are 100-plus-year-old timbers out of a building in Colorado. There's your closet storage, headboard panels. Those pop off, and you have a whole nother closet behind there.
Awesome.
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna show off the living room now, because tiny home, big TV.
I had a smaller TV, but
go big or go home.
Why not turn it into a home theater? So we had a Polk Audio surround sound system sitting here and a subwoofer under the couch.
Really?
And when you watch that Kong versus Zilla movie, man, just it was a great day.
Big old couch. This is perfect. Very lounge area.
Yep, and of course you can store more stuff under there.
Wow.
That's where if someone wanted to be fully off grid, that's where I'd put the water tank.
That was my next question.
Yeah.
Where do you have water storage?
No, not right now. I haven't had the need for it.
Okay.
I have taken, like, when we go camping and stuff, I'll take like one of the big 10 gallons and then just screw a pump on the top of that and connect it to my input there, and it works perfect.
I was gonna say that's pretty genius.
Yeah.
Yeah. You actually take a lot of pride in. We just showed it off down here. Storage. You
Yeah.
have other random little storage, like above your head.
Yeah.
Down here.
Yeah, I just tried, it almost looks like molding, like it's just functional, like almost decoration, but they all
Scrabble.
operate.
Why not?
Yeah, man. And then down here,
Just everywhere.
and then baskets that pull out.
Dude, super efficient, super nice.
Those are
Again,
just-
more here, guys.
Yeah.
Like, lots of storage. We did a quick little like story yesterday, but you told me something about this bed, this underneath bed.
Yeah.
There's no bracing.
Yeah, I wanted to save the room and not have it 3.5 inches of 2x4. So I just laminated a sheet of 3/4 plywood and a sheet of 1/2 inch plywood. Put a bunch of construction adhesive between it and a bunch of like I forget what they were, maybe 3/4 inch screws through it. Let it dry before I touched it.
Right.
And then it's rock solid. Doesn't flex
It
at all.
doesn't flex.
No. So and I have a 2x6 running down here. That's the side of the bed, and then I have one a few inches from the wall, so that's where it's attached. And then the plywood is running through, and it's setting on a 2x4 on that side too.
Man, and you've had 2 people up there. I know this.
Oh, yeah.
And you've had, I think, even a dog. Have you had a dog up there?
Yeah. Put
So
two-
2 and a dog.
So 2 and a dog. I had it a single sheet for a while that flexed,
Right.
and then I added that 1/2 inch, rock solid.
Dude, really, really well done. And I just want to point this out. Like I said, this guy thinks of everything, guys. Like, look at this.
Junk drawer.
Junk drawer, and then there's a shoe rack down there.
Right as you come in the door, take off your shoes. 'cause-
Yeah, which I did, and I apologize.
Oh, you're fine.
Where can we find you, please, Drew? Just, I've flashed it a few times, but I want
Yeah.
to get you out there, man. I think
Yeah.
you deserve to be out there.
Yeah, jclay.co is my website. You can take a look at past projects I've done. I did 2 tiny houses for Tiny House Nation. You can see me on season 3, episode 4 and 17.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah, I designed and built both of those. It was crazy. We did 2 houses in 20 days.
Wow.
I was so tired. Instagram, jclay.co, and yeah, I want to build some more tiny houses.
This one's for sale.
This one's for sale. Yep.
I mean, I will pin a comment to make sure everybody knows that it has been sold. So Drew is going to be in contact with me constantly.
Yep.
So please stop hounding him for this one in particular. However, you can build them one.
I'm ready to do the next one. I love creating. I will work with you and we'll design exactly what you want. I'll build a 3D model and you can explore it, and then we can start construction.
What if somebody wanted like this layout again?
Could do
with
it
the
again.
whole thing? Yeah.
Honestly, so I went through several iterations of space planning, and I think if you want a full like apartment tiny house, this is the most efficient use of space.
I agree. This is really good. 16 feet is it's good for 2 people.
Yeah. And I went small on purpose because, I didn't want to tow one of those big monsters. I wanted to be mobile, and I also wanted to be stealthy, parking next to houses.
So what is the dimensions? I didn't even ask you that.
So it's a 16-foot long trailer, 20 with the tongue, and then 8 foot wide, 11 foot 4 tall, which I really like keeping that height low as well.
So I believe this is you're allowed to carry this to all 50 states.
Yeah.
Without permits.
Yep, absolutely.
Without permits, which is the key thing. You don't need a permit.
Yep, and it weighs it's about 10,000 pounds,
That
which
was my
comes
next
in a
question.
lot lighter than some of the larger tiny houses.
10,000 is that on par? I have no idea.
Yeah,
Tiny,
no, I
tiny
mean,
weight.
you get a triple axle, you can easily be at 18, 20,000.
Is this a double?
This is just a double axle.
Yep.
I pull it with a diesel F250, no problem.
Yeah.
Barely feel it back there.
I mean, 10,000 pounds. Whatever if you have a truck that's rated for 10,000, you
Yep.
can pull this.
Yep.
Anything else you'd like to share with me, boss? Like what you did, what your ideas were, your thought process.
Again, it's just almost the reclaimed wood kind of inspired a lot of it.
yeah.
I really love sustainability and.
With
you
that
know,
said, I actually do want to show this piece off because you got this from a really cool spot, and it's got a lot of nicks on it, and it's there for a reason.
Well, this one has a story. This came out of actually a Levi's department store.
Was that one of your jobs?
Yeah, it was. I redid the fixtures in there, and what I liked about it, this little rub spot This is a spot where people had been putting their foot for several years to
Really?
grab something, and it was kind of all
Oh.
rounded. And so I was like, that's a perfect spot. That's where you grab.
So you literally reclaimed it out of
Yeah.
what was it? A Levi's store?
Yeah, that's Levi's. A lot of these timbers. This is Level 1 Productions. They make ski films. Good friends with them. Shout out Josh Berman. And then we got Odell's, a brewery over there. The metal on the exterior, we built a large brewery cooler, and they had leftover panels, so I pulled the metal off, cut it to fit. It's held up great for 4 years. The leftover foam from that was about, I don't know, 8 inches thick.
Wow.
I cut it into sections and sunk it into the floor, and then I spray foamed the seam so it became just airtight.
Dude.
So I love repurposing stuff, and it kind of set the tone.
And again, you obviously know what you're doing. Not only do you do construction, you've been on Tiny House Nation. They don't pick just anybody.
That's it, man.
You know, they pick, real builders.
Yep.
So
I have a degree in interior design, and then I grew up with my father, who was a general contractor, and just
Cool.
kind of learned the trade.
last but not least, you thought of a makeup station for any ladies or
Yeah.
men for that matter, with the touch tiles. I think these are so cool.
Yeah, they're fun. Yeah, my lady was like, where do I do the makeup in the house? And I was like, I got just the thing for you. And so we put that there. And
Full length mirror too.
Yeah, full-length mirror. Made sure she had an outlet for her curling
Look
iron.
at you, man,
Yeah,
right
man.
there.
You got to take care of your lady, man.
That's pretty nifty, man. I really dig it, man. You even custom to the mirror. Like, man, you thought of freaking everything. In a 16-foot trailer, 11 something high. Good for you. I can't wait to keep following your journey. You're down in Colorado Springs, which is where I'm looking for land.
Nice.
I want to be your neighbor. Can I be your neighbor?
Man, I'm looking for land down there too. Let's talk.
Can we talk?
I'm being dead serious.
All right, man. I'm being dead serious too. Guys, this is, again, Drew from J. Clay.
Yep,
jclay.co.
jclay.co. Business is named after my son. It's not my name.
Really?
Yeah,
Awesome, man.
Keeps me motivated, keeps me inspired, and I hope to give him something someday.
Dude, that's a great story. I didn't even know that. That's amazing. Give him a follow, and more importantly, if you want one of these tinies, contact my man Drew here, because he does phenomenal work. And I don't think I'm going to build a tiny. I think I'm going to have Jay do it. Wow, I just called you Jay.
That's all right.
I think I'm going to have Drew do it.
He's going to have Jay Clay do it.
I'm going to have Jay Clay do it. There it is. All right, man. Thank you again, buddy.
Thanks, guys.